Morning, everybody. How's it going? It's Thursday. I had to come back in town. I had to drop off some bodily fluids for the doctor. I was having a strange pain that was lasting for 4 days, so we had to make sure it wasn't the appendix. So I'll know in a day or two. Usually it takes about 3 days. So if I know by either tomorrow or maybe Monday morning, if it's the appendix, they'll call the doctor right away. But I think it's just my liver being cranky and my kidneys. They've been kind of in overdrive, and so we came back. I'm gonna stay here till Saturday afternoon, and then I'll probably head back on Sunday because he can just tell me the test results. There's not any medication he's gonna call in because I have what I have, so I'll either up the dose or he'll tell me what's going on. But Dookie Boyers, where's the Dookies? Where's the Dookies? There's a Dookie. There's a Dookie in his brand new bow tie. Look at that, isn't that cute? And you look so cute in your little bow tie. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, what's up, everybody? My bow tie. I got a bow tie. Mommy got me a bow tie. And we're charging. Look at that. We're getting nothing. Full sun. Look at that sun. 3 watts. Somebody explain this to me, because I don't understand. But what I wanted to show you was the new carpet I put in, which is right here. Isn't that pretty? Looks very nice. Very nice. We had to finish that way, but I had to level this off with a piece of wood. And one that didn't quite match, but who's going to see it over there? But it comes in pre-cut pieces, if I can get the piece I left to show y'all. Oh. Okay. Pre-cut pieces. Hard plastic on the back, so if you spill anything, it won't go through. This piece is going to be for under here. I've got to move my can and then empty out the sink, which is getting a little too full. Trying to find places to put stuff, because we gave up the storage unit, and that was just, it was getting too much. It was getting too much. And there wasn't really anything in there, just a lot of junk. So I had emptied it out a little at a time. I kept pulling personal stuff out, sentimental things. And then one day I went to go pay, and the office was closed. So there was a sign on the door. They were renovating, and you could see they had all the floors ripped out. So the only place to pay was about an hour and 10 minutes away. And I couldn't pay on the card because I only had cash. And yeah, I wasn't driving 2.5 hours to go pay for the storage unit. At that point, it wasn't worth the gas. The gas was $3.87 a gallon that day. And there was no way I was using half a tank of gas on this monster with the air running, because it was really hot. So I let it go. But we got a brand new fan, and this guy's really nice, metal, and it comes apart for cleaning. These little guys are no more in Walmart. They're probably online, and I bet somehow we could find these on Amazon, I'm sure. But for the season, the fans are gone. This guy is so gunked up with dirt and sand, and it doesn't open up. This thing is glued closed. It does not open. So when it's running, it's almost like it starts running backwards. Like, you ever get a breeze in the fan and the fan gets confused and doesn't know which way to blow? Well, that's what these are doing all the time. So all 4 of them are not working. 2 I had left in the storage unit, but they were originals. But 2 years, not so bad. This one is 2 years old. So for $10, 2 years, not a bad deal. I'll see if I can find them online. This guy only takes 19 watts, 25 watts, or 30 watts on high. And on medium, which in here you really only need it on low. Last night it got very cold. I left late, so I would get here in the middle of the night and just wake up and go to the lab and drop off my stuff. But yeah, this thing is excellent. I got that in Dollar General, but it's True Living, which they sell that in Walmart too. But I like it. It was only $14. $14. And it's been very good, right? Right? That's a good fan, right? Yeah, it's a good fan. Yeah, it's a good fan. So we've been doing okay. Things are going good in our new spot. We will be starting the videos. I'm doing this today because there was no humidity today. It was really nice, and there's a nice breeze. It was only 73 degrees when I woke up this morning. I actually turned the fan off because it was cold. Yay! So the next 2 days is going to be 100, about 89 to 90 degrees. Low humidity. We're losing the humidity slowly, they said. So that's a good thing. Sorry. There's crazy allergies all over Florida. There's a lot of people do podcasts down here. If you've ever listened to the News Junkies, there are 5 people from Florida do a radio show goofing on all the stuff on the news. It's a joke thing, like they laugh at everything. It's really funny, and they tell you the craziest stuff people got arrested for, and just it's a really funny show if you listen to it. If you want to come to Florida, you might want to listen to that show because it might change your mind. Everybody's on allergy medications with all the storms coming through and the rain. We got a lot of mold, and a lot of rain makes the flowers bloom and more pollen in the air. So everybody's on something. Jesse Kelly, it's like anybody between Texas and Florida is on some kind of antihistamine. I don't know how they're doing a radio show on those things. I'd be passing out. But woke up stuffy and like a clogged throat. We keep losing our voices and coughing a lot. So, but that's to be expected. We have a storm coming between the 24th and the 28th. We'll see how bad it's gonna be, but it's gonna be one of those annoying ones where it kind of goes through the bottom half of Florida, and then goes through the bottom half of Florida from the Gulf. It's coming in, then it's gonna go out into the Atlantic, and then swing back in again and whack us twice. Those are fun. The same hurricane running over you 2 times, on the way out and back on the way in, and then it's gonna go straight up in interior from Georgia all the way probably to Virginia. So we'll see how bad that one's gonna be, because that's just gonna be from one side of the state to the other side of the state, doing the zigzag all the way up. They ain't no way to outrun that one. And I heard they're having problems in Texas with their electric. Those poor people. My Lord. Sorry, Bunny. Bunny's got no electric. She just went food shopping and got a huge order for her trips, and came home and found no electricity when she woke up in the morning. That poor girl. And there goes the rocket. You can't see it because it's too bright out. Sometimes when the sun's too bright, you can't even see the clouds. Yeah. That's vibrating too much to be a helicopter. That's the end of the launch. But yeah, we've been busy fixing stuff. Got all my stuff done in the back. We a mess. Look at Duke's mess. He's a messy boy. We just went shopping. So I still gotta figure out where I'm putting stuff. I used to keep the extras stuff, sneak it into the storage unit. But yeah, so it's just been so hot, guys. It is so uncomfortable. You're just sitting here, not moving and sweating. That's how bad it's been. It wasn't that bad like 2 months ago. July wasn't as bad as September has been. It's been intolerable. It's been intolerable. It really has. And I haven't taken a break for almost 2 years from this. So this was my first vacation away from YouTube. I got like 10% on the phone, so I'll be making the video, but I'll be putting this up later after I get the phone charged. I gotta get a little more juice on this guy here. And this guy's charging up nice. The black one's kind of taking forever to charge up. It's still not working right since we got whacked with those solar flares, but knock on wood, it's still working good. But yeah, it's just too much. It's too much. We're just sitting here sweating to death. So as soon as this calms down a little bit, I'm hoping for the first week of October, it's supposed to be only 85 starting Monday for the rest of the week. That all of next week will be 72 at night and 85 during the day. Not sure what the humidity level is going to be, but the mornings have been really nice the last 2 mornings. Even though there's no humidity, but it was 97 degrees yesterday. I thought about turning the camera on the ride, but it was too much. It's too much to film with driving because it would rain a little bit. Did everybody see Duke versus the windshield wipers? Now you know what I go through and why I can't drive in the rain. This dog. He says people just are hysterical laughing at red lights with him jumping through the window, chasing the windshield wipers back and forth. But yeah, as soon as it cools off a little bit, then we'll go back to doing like a little daily shorts. I can't think of anything else that's new. There really isn't anything except for just pouring buckets of water over our heads all day. And look at him. He makes a tent. He's got a little hole over here where the breeze is coming through. And I can feel it blowing out right here. And I was doing that with the sheets. Now here's a tip. I've been watching a lot of other videos of everybody trying to cool their cars off. Over the winter, remember we were making a tent with a sheet, sticking it to the roof, and then blowing the heater, because it was hard to cool off to heat up the car during the winter. And then if you just blow it into a tent off this area and have it blow through, like Duke is, the bottom over here of the tent, and you catch it, it turns into a bounce house when you have the fan going. So I tried that the other night. I put a sheet up back that way from down here to up to the top right here. Okay, then I pinned it to the roof and tied it from here to the sides on these things. And the air was just blowing in and around and in and around. It was really nice. Very nice. We did that on some of the really hot nights. But I was laughing that he's doing this. I think he's mimicking what we were doing over the winter. So we had a little fan bounce house going, and that was very nice. So there's a tip for you. There was something else I was watching too. Oh, using those portable air conditioners in your car. Now when you look at a house air conditioner, it blows the hot air out the window, right? but the air conditioner sucks in, the intake on it is on the inside. So it's sucking in the cold air from the house, cooling it off again, and then blowing it back out, but getting rid of the hot exhaust from the compressor, right? It's not sucking in hot air from outside, blowing it, and that's just the heat from the motor that's blowing that hot air out. You may be better off taking your intake hose, putting it over or on top of your EcoFlow air conditioner and leaving it in, say, putting your curtains up, leaving this as the hot spot because of the windshield, right? Close the curtains off, section off your van, and leave your intake tube facing in on the top of your air conditioner, so it will work like a real air conditioner. Or put it down, because cold air, as we know, falls, hot air rises to the top. So take your intake tube, put it into where you are, maybe down right next to your air conditioner, put a piece of masking tape and tape it there, or tie it on with a piece of string so it stays put, and see if that works better, because that's exactly how a house air conditioner works and pulls in. So give it a try, people, because I've been watching that, and it's like all they're doing is sucking in 200-degree air from outside, pumping it through the EcoFlow, expecting that little tiny air conditioner to cool off 98-degree air. It'd be better if it was just cooling off the 70 degrees or 80 that you got the van down to. So give it a shot. Matthew was complaining, and I saw his hose had fallen, and I was going to leave a comment on his thing. So maybe if somebody watches Matthew, you could leave him a nice long comment, tell him to leave that intake hose inside where he is instead of in the window. That never made any sense to me. It doesn't at all. So give it a shot. Let me know if it works. And I think that's it. We're gonna have kielbasa and some guacamole chips and some potato salad for lunch. Everybody exercise. I don't know how these people are out here jogging. They're nuts. These people don't stop here. So what am I up to? Ooh, 17 minutes. Okay. This is going to take all day to get up, because I probably just wore this down to 5%. So before we get cut off, and oh my God, one thing before I go, my poor tablet. I had the tablet resting here, like this, and I went into the front to go get something. Duke jumped off the bed, knocked it over like this. You see where I'm sitting? You see what I'm getting at? Can you see that? I sat one butt cheek right there, landed, and cracked this whole side into a massive, massive spider web. It looks like a broken sheet of glass. The minute I heard crunch, I threw myself sideways, because you can't stand up in the van. So I threw myself over onto the toilet, pulled it out from underneath me. I couldn't figure out what I was sitting on that was so hard. I thought it was my phone. So it's still working. Thank God for alien tape, because where I sat on it is right where it was broken already. So we got alien tape on it, and I really don't know if you can see that fracture in there. It's just this way, 100 little million lines now. There were only like 4 lines going like this out from the button, the home button, this way. Now the whole corner is just shattered. Yeah, never doing that again. Never spending this kind of money on one of these things. Ever. 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 Again. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. It'll just stay working. I have my fuzzy case for it over here. But I was just going up front to grab something, and come right back. So that was that. And I think that's it. Okay? So we will see you shortly. We will be back. I just needed a little health break from this. It was too much trying to get these charged and worry about getting everything charged and trying to get it up, and the heat and the rain. We've been barely getting any charges in between the rainstorms, and it's so cloudy, as you can see on the big one, this 4 watts here. I was only getting 11 watts on the solar panel that I pull in 60 watts on. That's even struggling. Normally I get 75 watts. Then the other day I noticed that it was full sun like this, right? Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful day, right? No clouds in front of the sun. The wattage coming in from the solar panel was fluctuating. I was watching this thing change numbers. It was going from 80 watts down to 30 watts, up to 60 watts, down to 11, back up to something. It was insane. It was insane, and there wasn't one cloud in the sky. So I don't know what's happening to the sun, but it's not pulling in steady wattage. And it was empty. It was empty. It's not like it was almost full, so it was only getting bursts of. Sometimes it does that. As it's getting full, instead of pulling in 100 watts from the panel, that little solar charger is changing the electricity, because it doesn't need 100 watts now, because it's already at 80%. So it would drop it down to 30, but not at 5%. And to just keep changing up and down and up and down, I don't know. But yeah, and then some days it's a solid 50 watts coming in. I don't know. If someone knows, leave me a comment and let me know what the hell's going on, because I can't figure this out. And everybody's having issues with solar. I just saw a whole bunch of videos. Solar is not worth it. Solar sucks. This stuff doesn't work. It's not just me. And they're all having the same problems too. So maybe the solar flares are interfering with what's happening, because we're getting lots of little bursts all the time now. So 23 minutes. This is going to take all day to put up. But I wanted to give you something. Got our little Halloweenies up already. That's Mouse. That's a memory of Mouse. I had to get him. Even has Mouse's green eyes. So we got Mouse up there. I put him on the back of my unicorn. And we got little Halloween pumpkin lights. And these dollar store lights are excellent. I got this guy the other day, the witch. So we got them all hanging up. Little Halloweens going on. And these little guys light up the whole van like crazy. I even put some down here on the floor. The sunflowers. I told you, I went back, I forgot the next day to go get another 2 more sunflowers. Gone. They're just gone. That's it. That's over. That's over. I didn't have the extra money. I should have went out to the van and got the money. I was stupid. But they'll have more coming up. They have some crazy Christmas solar lights. So I've been using those. The whole dashboard's full of, and the little heads come off. So I don't have to put the whole stick up front. You just pull the little flower part off of most of them. So, and then we got our tiki torch blazing in the sun on our umbrella. Which I might be putting that up. I might be putting that up later. Trying to rested to dry from my morning bath. So, and you see we got a nice breeze coming in there with the garbage. I hung this up here and he's still getting into it. I have to put it in the Tupperware container at night, the garbage. I wake up in the morning, there's tissues and cardboard. He's sneaky and quiet, this dog, and he's very acrobatic. He can get into some stuff. Mr. Stretchy Pants. Mr. Happy Pants over here. And he got a new rope. Got him a new rope. So, okay. That's it. So, we will see you soon. 25 minutes. Here's a nice long video. So, as soon as it cools off, just give me till the first week of October. It's incredibly uncomfortable, and even to do the live streams, I'm just sitting here sweating, and it gets worse at night. For some reason, humidity with the rain at night, it's awful. We got another couple of weeks of this, and then it should start calming down. But we had a hot spell last Thanksgiving, so I don't know. I'm really hoping to start. They say it's supposed to when the El Nino shows up, but she's late. Of course, she's a woman. That's late. And as soon as that comes, we'll be golden. We will be golden. Maybe a little cold this winter, but that's fine by me. I'm looking forward to freezing to death. I don't care. I don't care. So, everybody take it easy. It's coming. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Disgusted with society? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I changed my window. I'll throw up some pictures. I had gotten some really nice vinyl plastic, like real vinyl. You could stretch these letters. They were like rubber for my back window. And I'll throw some pictures up. I redid my lettering on the back of the car. Because October 1st, it is against the law to sleep in a tent on the street. You can't sleep in a bus stop. You can't sleep in a doorway. Nowhere out in public. The saving thing on your car is that you have to have an up-to-date registration, up-to-date driver's license, and up-to-date insurance. They can't bother you for being in your car because we have too many storms and too many people losing their houses and too many people still homeless from 2 years ago. So they're cracking down on the encampments, you know what I mean? So, and we have some craziness happening in Miami, which we're not going to talk about. Yeah, we got a bad crowd down south and a little couple of bad groups of people on the west side, and they're moving their way east. So the cops have been very busy down here, rounding people up and threatening some other people, I heard. Well, you can't have 30 people parking in one parking lot looking like the store is open at 8 o'clock in the morning and leaving, you know, your empty cases of beer outside, beer cans all over. I told you that crowd came back again. They got chased out of wherever they were, and the cops were yelling at them. Someone overheard, and yeah, they're gonna be the first ones they go after. So I wanted to make everything look as professional as possible, and did my letters on the back real nice, and identify my